Good morning, friends. What if I told you that in just 5 weeks you could become unrecognizable to your past self? Not because your life would change randomly, but because you would no longer be the same thinker, the same feeler, the same dreamer. The difference between wishing and manifesting lies in one thing: your mindset. Not just thoughts, but the deep emotional patterns that dictate how you expect life to treat you. A magnetic mindset doesn't beg, it doesn't chase. It draws, it attracts everything that matches its frequency. In the next 5 weeks, your only task is to train your inner world to expect more, to believe more, to receive more. This isn't about forcing outcomes. It's about becoming the version of yourself who effortlessly attracts them. You don't have to control the outside. You only need to govern the inside. And when that alignment happens, people notice. Life bends, doors open not because you forced them, but because your energy knocked before you even arrived. Week on is alignment. You start by asking, what do I truly want? Not what others expect. Not what looks good on paper, but what sets your soul on fire. Then you begin to align your thoughts, words, and emotions with that vision. You stop contradicting your desires with fear. You replace doubt with certainty. Even if it feels unnatural, you practice the frequency of already having it. This week, you become available for the life you once believed was out of reach. Week 2 is identity. This is where you stop trying and start becoming. You wake up every morning and act as if your vision is done. You walk, talk, and breathe like the version of you who already has it. Not to fake anything, but to signal your subconscious that the shift has already occurred. And once your identity changes, the world has no choice but to respond accordingly. You don't need outside validation. You become your own evidence. Week 3 is emotion. Now we dive deeper. You practice feeling the end result without needing physical proof. You close your eyes, imagine it done, and let the emotion flood your body. You don't visualize to get, you feel to become. You carry that energy all day, not just during a ritual, but while walking, working, even waiting in line. Emotion is the glue that holds your manifestation together. And once you feel it consistently, the universe rushes in to match it. Week 4 is letting go. This is where most people stumble. But not you. This week you release the need to control the how, or the when. You trust the unseen process. You drop the timelines. You don't give up the desire, you give up the urgency. And in that surrender, you open yourself to divine timing, perfect orchestration, and unseen alignments. You're no longer attached to outcomes because you've already embodied the outcome within. Week 5 is embodiment. This is no longer about manifestation, it's about maintenance. You no longer try to become, you are. You've practiced the thoughts, worn the emotions, and made the identity shift. Now you live from that space with ease. Manifestation is now a lifestyle, not a task. You are magnetic not because you're trying, but because you've trained your mind to believe nothing else is possible. But success, love, freedom, and fulfillment. In just 5 weeks, you've transformed your mindset from scattered to focused, from fearful to faithful, from fearful to powerful. You've become the magnet. And when you are the magnet, you don't have to chase what's yours, it comes looking for you. People, opportunities, money, peace, it all finds you because your energy now says, I'm ready. So tonight, decide, who will I be 5 weeks from now? Will I think the same, feel the same, act the same, or will I rise? Begin this journey with intention, follow it with discipline, and end it in transformation. You don't have to wait for miracles. You become one. Because once your mind is magnetic, anything you want is already on its way. A magnetic mindset isn't built through desperation, it's shaped through deliberate energy. When you understand that the universe doesn't respond to begging but to being, everything changes. You stop running toward your desires and start aligning with them. It's not about working harder. It's about feeling already connected to what you want. The magnet doesn't strain, it simply attracts by existing. And so must you. When you become a vibrational match to your dream, you no longer need to chase it. Opportunities begin to flow. Right people arrive, circumstances bend. The power is in your frequency, not in your force. You attract not by what you do occasionally, but by what you consistently embody. This mindset takes practice. But once mastered, it becomes effortless. Your energy announces your reality long before your actions ever do. Manifestation is not about wishing, it's about alignment, the holy union of thought, emotion, and speech. When your mind says one thing, your words say another, and your feelings say something else entirely, you create confusion. The universe cannot respond to a mixed signal. But when every part of you speaks the same truth, reality responds with precision. Think of your desire as already done. Speak of it confidently. Feel it as if it's in your hands right now. This harmony becomes your magnetic field. You're no longer doubting, you're declaring. You're no longer waiting, you're receiving. And this alignment isn't complicated, it's simply consistent. Every day you tune yourself like an instrument, and soon your external world will dance to the music of your internal certainty. You can try all day and get nowhere, or you can become someone new and shift everything. That's the difference between trying and being. Trying says I hope. Being says I already am. The mind responds faster to identity than effort. When you begin to act, walk, speak, and choose like the version of yourself who already has the life you want, something powerful activates. Life doesn't just reflect what you do, it reflects who you are. And the more you step into that new version, the more your reality updates to match it. You don't need external proof first, you bring that proof to life through presence. Every time you act as if, you're not pretending, you're programming. And the longer you stay in that vibration, the faster it becomes your default. Everything you're manifesting is waiting for one thing, your inner shift. Reality is a mirror, and it reflects not what you want, but who you are. That's why identity is everything. You must wake up and ask, who would I be if I already had it? Then live from that answer. Talk with more certainty. Move with more confidence. Let your energy say yes before the world catches up. When your identity expands, your outer world has no choice but to evolve with it. You're not stuck because of circumstances, you're stuck because of the story you're repeating. Change the character you're playing, and you'll change the script you're living. Reality bends for those bold enough to shift from waiting to being. You don't become worthy, you realize you always were. Emotion is the secret code of creation. You can think positive thoughts all day, but until you feel them, nothing shifts. Emotion is the glue that bonds the vision to your soul. When you feel something so deeply that your body believes it's already real, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. That's when doors open, that's when timing speeds up. Your job is not just to imagine, but to feel it in your chest, in your breath, in your spine. Let your whole being vibrate with fulfillment. Feel the joy of the dream already accomplished. Smile for no reason. Celebrate before you see. This isn't fantasy, it's frequency. When you feel it real, the universe must match it, because energy doesn't lie. And emotion is energy in motion, carrying your dreams into form. Letting go is not about giving up on your desire, it's about releasing the grip of anxiety. You're not trying to control the timing or the path anymore. You trust. You surrender with strength. You say, I know it's coming, so I no longer obsess about how or when. This is not weakness, it's power. It shows the universe you're no longer in resistance. When you let go, you create space. And in that space, the manifestation breathes. The more you try to force it, the further it feels. But when you let go, it arrives in ways you never could have planned. This is how you co-create, by doing your part, then stepping back. Faith is the final step in the magnetic mindset. And faith says it's already mine, so I release the need to prove it. Manifestation is not a task, it's a lifestyle. You don't just do it once and wait. You live from it every single day. It becomes how you think, how you speak, how you choose. It's not about visualizing for 5 minutes. It's about being for 24 hours. You step into the mindset and stay there, even when nothing outside has changed yet. The world will always catch up to consistency. You're not performing. You're practicing. You're entering a new stage of reality inside you. And when it becomes natural to think abundantly, to feel worthy, to expect blessings, then it becomes natural for life to deliver them. This is your new normal. No more chasing. No more doubt. Manifestation becomes who you are, not just what you do. When you stop needing it fast, it comes faster. Urgency creates resistance. It tells the universe you don't believe it's yours. But when you're relaxed, when you're calm, when you let go of the timeline, the manifestation finds you. Trust the delays. Trust the detours. Trust the redirection. The energy of trust is more powerful than 1,000 affirmations said in desperation. When you believe deeply, you no longer need constant reassurance. You wait with peace. You move with purpose. You let divine timing unfold, knowing it's always working in your favor. You don't have to force anything. What's yours already scheduled. Your only job is to remain in alignment long enough to receive it when it arrives. What you repeat becomes who you are. Repetition is how identity gets formed. You don't become magnetic by accident, you become magnetic by design. When you practice thinking with purpose, feeling with confidence, and acting with intention, you start to shift. Slowly, then suddenly. One day it no longer feels like effort. You just are the person you used to imagine. That's the power of daily repetition. You impress the subconscious. You write a new mental script. And once your inner pattern changes, your outer pattern can't help but follow. Don't rush. Just repeat. Let each day build on the last. The results are inevitable when your energy is stable. Consistency is what turns temporary practice into permanent reality. Everything you once ran after will start chasing you. That's the gift of becoming magnetic. You don't hustle for attention, you hold presence. You don't knock on closed doors, you attract the ones meant for you. The 5-week transformation isn't magic, it's mindset. You've aligned, shifted, embodied, and released. Now you live it, and the world can feel it. People are drawn to your energy. Situations unfold in your favor. Why? Because you no longer carry resistance, you carry readiness. Your energy is no longer scattered, it's certain. And when you become certain, life becomes obedient. You don't hope for manifestation. You expect it. An expectation backed by identity is the real secret to having anything you want.